Over 900 persons killed in Haiti after the onslaught of Hurricane Matthew, and is still on the path of destruction. Haiti is now going through 3 days of mourning. Theresa May, at the party conference as Prime Minister, she spoke about injustices remain. Is Theresa May appealing to the black vote? Labour Party has set out its new cabinet with Dan Abbott as the new Shadow Home Secretary. Interesting times ahead. Brexit, we still have to touch on Brexit. Canada is actually saying they are willing and ready to do trade negotiations with the UK, and Donald Trump, if he wins, is saying the UK will not be at the back of the line. Donald Trump being called to step down after those despicable comments which was aired from 2005. Should he stay or should he go?
Should I stay or should I go?
And tonight we have another of the big debate between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. Will this all be overshadowed by the comments by Donald Trump and give Hillary Clinton a free ride? Welcome to In Review. We are joined today by Oroyo Eubanks, who is a 2015-16 Chevening Scholar from Jamaica who just completed a Masters in Media and Development at the University of Westminster, London, who will be giving his insight on some of the top stories on this week's In Review. Welcome, Oroyo.
Thank you,
How are
Silver.
you?
I'm good.
Fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you
Now,
for having me.
first and foremost, over 900 persons was killed in Haiti after the onslaught of Hurricane Matthew, and at present there is 3 days of mourning. That was devastating with Hurricane Matthew, wasn't it?
It is devastating to say the least. The United Nations described it as the worst humanitarian crisis since the earthquake in 2010, and we know that Haiti is still recovering from that devastating earthquake. And for them to have suffered so much again by Hurricane Matthew, when I first started following the story on Tuesday, there were 5 reported deaths, and towards the end of the week, it has escalated to 900.
Yes.
And they're still trying to recover people from some of those areas that have been hit the worst.
Yes.
So it's terrible, and recovery is going to be very, very hard for Haiti. There are people in the country who are still living in shacks.
Yes.
Who are still trying to pick up the pieces from 6 years ago.
And that is very interesting when you mentioned 6 years ago, because there's this sort of allegation that even with the Clinton Foundation, billions, I believe, were copied, and about a few houses were. I don't know how true that is, but it's damning, isn't it? At the same time,
the allegations have been out there, and I think this is one of the main concerns I have right now with what's happening in Haiti, is that a lot of countries will come to their aid. Jamaica is helping. The UK has put aside some funds to start with help. The US is also helping, but I want to make sure that those funds are channeled in the right way, and the people who need it will get the help, because that's the problem with Haiti.
You know, one of the things also people talk about with aid companies and aid organizations is like there's this perception that they tend to flourish when there's disaster. It's like a big payday. It is out there, whether we like to say it or not. And how can we be assured that the aid coming really go to Haiti? Haiti, I mean, has got so much input.
That's a big question, and I think it is for those NGOs who often go in to do relief supplies in these countries that need help, is to make sure that they are doing things the right way, and that they can have people trust them. I think that's the biggest issue. I think when you hear Haitians now after this hurricane, they're saying we can do this ourselves. We've seen where so many missionaries, so many people have come in, but the money comes in and it goes, I think 10% of the aid from the earthquake went to government. The other 90% took care of those volunteers that went took care of flights, hotels, and so forth. So it didn't go underground. I think that's the biggest problem. And disclosure is going to be a big problem for relief.
And then the other aspect of it is Jamaica. I mean, we're from Jamaica, and it was such a big thing. I mean, Hurricane Matthew going to Jamaica, to the point that it has become a sort of joke whereby Jamaicans, to a certain extent, are upset that he didn't come, because they got so many what's it called?
so many graphics, so many memes. Memes became very popular during Jamaica during that 4-day waiting time for Hurricane Matthew. Thankfully, it did not hit
Yes.
Jamaica, and I think for those Jamaicans who were so eager to see Hurricane Matthew, who were basically sitting down, waiting, hearing advisories.
They wanted some day off as well.
They did get the day off,
Yes.
but waiting for advices from the Meteorological Service in Jamaica, and sometimes getting annoyed that we're hearing it's coming. But because the path of Hurricane Matthew was so erratic,
Yes.
even the meteorologists were having difficulties tracking its
Yes.
path, and so Jamaicans were spared, and thankfully so. But for the other Caribbean islands, the Cuba, Haiti, as we said, the Bahamas, that have been hit by Hurricane Matthew, I think Jamaicans now are looking on and say we're very happy that it didn't actually hit us.
And at the same time, they are very cautious about gloating too much because of the fact that
You don't
other
want to-
countries
yes.
have been suffered, so not really want to actually say that we are too happy.
Yeah,
Because other lives have been,
Yeah, and I understand that, but for small mercies, give thanks.
Give thanks.
Give
yes.
thanks, and I don't think if you give thanks for having spared a hurricane, then it means that you are wishing bad on your neighbor, or
Right,
you're happy
right.
that it hit your neighbor at
Right.
all. And I don't think that's the spirit of Jamaicans at
Yes.
all. Right now, I think Jamaicans are rallying behind our Caribbean neighbors and want to help
Yes.
in any way possible. So they're giving thanks, but also being in solidarity to our neighbors.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you have heard that what we'll be doing at the Silburn TV network, and in review, we'll be posting ways how persons can assist Haiti when the different aid organizations start to post how they can actually help. Theresa May, at her party conference, this is the first time as the leader of the country, leader of the Conservative Party, she spoke about injustices remaining. Many things she spoke about. Now, do you believe then that she is now taking control of all the different areas, left, right, middle ground?
The truth is, I want to believe Theresa May. I think she's been saying all the right things since she's taken over the reins of government.
Yes.
And kudos to her. I think she has a strategy that she wants to win, and she's playing those cards right. She is making sure that those persons who were not in favor of the conservative type of government, the David Cameron style of government,
Yes.
that she's winning them, and she's saying the right things. I want to believe her. That speech at the last conference
Yes.
was very good. It struck the right chords, and I think people will rally behind her if she carries through with
Yes.
some of those promises.
There's a level of continuity, wouldn't you say, whereby when she was made Prime Minister on the steps of Downing Street,
Yes.
she also made the same sort of rhetorics. I mean, from today, her recent speech, she said, if you're from a black Caribbean background, you are 3 times more likely to be permanently excluded from school than other children. If you're a black woman, you're 7 times more likely to be detained under mental health legislation than a white woman. People in ethnic minority households are almost twice as likely to live in a relative poverty as white people. She's saying the right thing.
She's saying the right things, and I think it's along her mantra of having a government that works for all, that
Yes.
works for all people, that everybody can benefit from the prosperity of the country. And I think that with this tough Brexit that she will have to see through, and we're going to talk about that in a little while, if she's able to balance that with meeting the demands of those people who are less fortunate, who feel like they've been sidelined
Yes.
during the process from the economic turmoil that the UK has went through, like many other countries,
Yes.
and still have not recovered from that. If she's able to reach those people
Yes.
in the way that she's talking now, then she'd be good. I mean, as I said, she's hitting the right notes, and I'm impressed.
Yes.
I'm impressed.
Because she also spoke about, like, even with the NHS, what she said with the NHS, it is not the Conservative government which has been pulling money from the NHS. It is actually the Labour Party.
Is it? That's debatable.
which has been always talking down, saying that at every election, the Conservatives will be privatizing NHS, they were privatizing it, but actually it's the Conservative Party, according to her speech, which has actually maintained it and pumped money into it, but the Labour Party has pulled money out of it. So she's actually touching on different corners. But let's talk about the Brexit.
Yeah.
A few days before, what she said at the start of the conference, Brexit means Brexit.
It means Brexit.
30th of March, we're out.
Yeah.
I mean, Article 50 will be
Article
invoked.
50 will be invoked, yes.
Yeah.
And that's good. I think that sends some sort of confidence. She's been saying Brexit means Brexit since the day she took office. People have been asking, what does that mean? Yes, we know it means we're leaving the EU, but what does it mean? I think at the party conference she was able to give some more details.
You sound like you're at a conference. Really.
She was able to give some more details, and it might have sent shockwaves in the economy. The pound fell to record levels.
Yes.
It means that the economy is watching this Brexit talk, and they are responding in a way. But will she be able to get those business people around the table who are having this issue with what is going to happen with the trade talks with the EU, how they're going to feel, how their business will suffer or not? Will she be able to give the kind of confidence to them to say that, you know, the UK will remain strong, you can continue operating your business in this country and be profitable? Will she be able to do that?
Well, that's very interesting, because there is a talk about, and we have actually jumped to the point about where the trade agreement, where Canada is actually saying, we're doing some deals with the European Union, we'll also do some deals with the EU, with the UK. Donald Trump, if he wins, highly unlikely, but anything can happen because Donald Trump's relish in controversy. He said UK will not be at the back of the line. I mean, what do you thought about that?
It's interesting. That Canadian deal with the European Union is very peculiar, I must say. Canada is able to benefit from free trade agreement with the EU, but yet not having some of the restrictions that EU member countries have, and countries like Switzerland and Norway have with the EU. So they're able to benefit from free trade, but not the free movement of people. And I think that's a challenge that the UK is having now in order to renegotiate exit from the European Union, whether they'll be able to have free trade with the EU, which is what they want, but not have that free movement of people. But the EU is saying you can't have one and not have the other. And so if the UK government is going to go with that hard nail to the European Union.
So it's a hard Brexit then?
It's a hard Brexit.
I thought Brexit was Brexit. There's no soft and there's no hard.
It is going to be a hard Brexit, because the UK is going to stick to that point of controlling immigration, because that's the main thing why many persons voted to leave the European Union, so they could take back control of the country.
Interesting you said that, because the president of France recently said that the UK need to pay to leave.
And I think he will stick to that, and so will other EU ministers stick to that, because they're upset about Brexit.
I think they did not get the memo. I really think they did not get the memo that 17 million people of the UK said,
Nigel Farage will continue to remind them.
Well, let's hope that there's no punch up. But let's talk about the Labour Party. The Labour Party has been going through a metamorphosis of different changes. They have appointed Dan Abbott as a key figure in the shadow. In case there's an election and the Labour Party wins, Dan Abbott will be the Home Secretary. I mean, touch and go. Is the Labour Party, someone said to me, and I'll say this, someone said to me, after Theresa May's speech, the Labour Party RIP, rest in peace.
No.
And then another person said, were they alive?
Oh no, don't do that.
Right. So therefore, the Labour Party, what is the message they're actually saying now? What's your perception on that?
I say congratulations, Dan Abbott. She's a fellow Jamaican, and I wish her the best. She said she's come full circle in terms of being a trainee in the Home Office, and now being on the opposition benches as Foreign Secretary. So congratulations.
Home Secretary,
congratulations to her. The Labour Party, I wish them the best. I don't think they're giving Jeremy Corbyn a fair chance of leading the party.
They who?
Those member of parliament who continue to undermine Jeremy Corbyn's leadership, I believe, who've basically resigned from the shadow cabinet and continue to protest his leadership. I think they also had a very good conference, and you saw some semblance of unity, but then it is not coming to the forefront. And I think giving him the opportunity to appoint new members to the shadow cabinet, and he has done so right now, but there are still empty seats left to be filled. I think give him that chance to sit with the other members, to have discussions, to see where they want to go and see if they are willing to join that team. Give him that chance.
So are we expecting the likes of Chucker on the front bench?
I hope so. But
these are the modernizers.
I hope so.
And the Blairites, that they say.
I hope so, but I don't think they're willing to sit with Jeremy Corbyn in that manner. I don't think they're willing to sit with him. They seem to their ideas seem to be far apart, and they can't seem to meet at a common ground. So that's going to be a problem.
So therefore, the Conservative Party may be happy for the status quo to remain there.
They are very happy. Theresa May is in a good position. She could call an election right now and win.
Wow.
The Labour Party is in turmoil. UKIP is
well, UKIP, they're having punch up. I mean, what we're saying now is that the Labour Party is divided.
Yes.
Even so, at the same time, be united. And at the same time, one could say that what the Labour Party needs to do now is just rally behind the leader, which is Jeremy Corbyn, and Jeremy Corbyn needs to just lead.
I think that's what they need to do.
That's the memo.
I think that's what they need to do. They need to come together and say, you know, he's overwhelmingly won the support of members of the Labour Party. It's time that you come together and say, we're standing with Jeremy Corbyn, we're going to go behind him, and we're going to take back this country. If that's what you want, unless you want to remain on the opposition benches.
And just like with Brexit then, maybe what the nation should be saying now, what people should be saying is that we have done Brexit now, that's it, no more referendum, let's rally behind the government and Brexit the UK.
Yeah, and we're still not sure where the Labour Party stands on Brexit. We're still not sure what Jeremy Corbyn would do in terms of Brexit. So that's part of the problem. Should he take office? How would he approach Brexit?
Regarding the Brexit and the Caribbean, I mean, you were a part of the Chevening Scholar from Jamaica, and part of your research was on the Jamaican diaspora in London. And I presume at the same time the Caribbean diaspora. Do you believe the Caribbean diaspora, Jamaican diaspora, are actually engaging with these new negotiations which is happening with Brexit? It's a crucial moment, isn't it?
It is, and I think the Caribbean countries are well positioned to see how best they can benefit from what's happening here in the UK and with the European Union. I know that the Caribbean countries have already started to have discussions with their counterparts in the UK and within Europe to ensure that that relationship maintains. One of the things that I think worried the Caribbean countries and is still a concern to them is that the UK was seen as their cheerleader in the European Union, and so having UK's withdrawal from the European Union, they will not have that support again, and so they will have to go at it on their own. But I think the relationship that has been developed with the Caribbean countries as a CARICOM region in general, with the European Union, is one that is strong, and there's so much benefit that the European Union can have in terms of trade relationships with CARICOM that I don't think they will want to risk having a bad relationship.
So therefore, what we're seeing is that Brexit, in a way, could actually be good for the Caribbean.
I hope so, and that is if Caribbean countries can realize the benefits that can come from that.
Fantastic. Now, finally, we cannot leave without talking about the Trump factor. Donald Trump. I mean,
Trump.
Is he a person? Something about Donald Trump, which we see over the months, is that he flourishes in controversy. Do you think this is the time where should I stay or should I go? Will he be going? What do you think? I mean,
I don't think his ego will allow him to go. I don't think his ego will allow him to go. But this is a situation, this current situation that happened over the weekend. I don't think he will recover from
2005.
From 2005.
Yes.
But
when he wasn't running to be president.
True.
They call it alpha man, man and man talking.
True, but the society that America is, I don't think they will forgive him for this. His supporters are still behind him, but I think the majority of Americans will not forgive him for this. Many of Republican senators and officials have basically said they will no longer support him. How will he be able to lead?
But they will not support Hillary, according to
They will not support Hillary. So they'll not vote for Hillary, but they will not support Trump.
So
that's a big blow to his presidency.
There's a big standoff, but also at the same time there are detractors saying Hillary is going to get a good ride now.
I don't think so. She still has a lot of skeletons in her closet that I think people are also not forgiving her for, and that she has not yet addressed in a manner that is sufficient to win over those undecided voters. So she still has a lot of challenge going forward in this election process. So she will not have an easy ride. It may be easier because of the controversy surrounding Trump, but it will not be an easy ride. So I don't think she will get overwhelming support from majority of the voters in the US coming for this election. So it's a sad state for the US.
So therefore, tonight, the debate.
The debate in Missouri.
I mean, last time the Republican Party placed on their website that Donald Trump won before it even started.
Wow.
Can you give it a prediction? Yes or no? Who's going to win?
I think tonight is going to be a debate for the books because it is going to be controversy after controversy. I don't think you'll hear much policy from tonight's debate. It will be about all of these leaks that have taken place within the last 2 weeks, and that is going to be the essence of the debate. They have two moderators tonight who I think will manage the debate better than the last one.
I thought it was Samuel Jackson. Is it Samuel Jackson going to be there?
Yes, I think so.
Samuel Jackson?
Yes.
The actor?
The actor.
No, he's not.
I know, it's not him. But I think they'll better manage the debate.
Yeah.
And so, but tonight is going to be controversy after controversy. It's going to be leak after leak. No policy.
Fantastic.
And that's not going to be good for debate, I think.
Good. Oroyo, thank you so much. Have a smashing week, and thanks for that. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have for In Review. See you next week, and have a smashing weekend. Thank you for joining us on In Review. Join in the discussion by subscribing to Silburn TV, and to follow all the previous In Review programs, you can also watch them as well. And remember to like, subscribe, and share. And again, if you know someone, or if you are someone who would like to come on In Review, please do contact us by emailing us at info@silburn.com.